calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship Show, the Penguins Cup Playoff Show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
What a wonderful day!
Welcome to Temple Strength and Sport Performance, where we empower you to reach new heights in strength, speed, and athletic performance. Temple is here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, join him in Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania, and discover the difference. For more information, call 412-527-1755 Start your journey with us today.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an immunization information system. Immunization information systems, or IIS, are confidential, population-based, computerized databases that record all immunization doses administered by participating providers to persons residing within a given geopolitical area. In the United States, every vaccination registry is a bit different, which can become daunting and confusing. Enter PubHub. PubHub solves this issue by giving its providers the ability to connect and communicate to the state registry with one connection and one data format. For example, if a patient has received the COVID-19 vaccine, PubHub allows the provider to see if the patient has already received the vaccine, keeping everything safe and organized for everyone.
2 jumbo ice caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino. Extra caramel.
That's us. I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie! Welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship Show, the Penguins Cup Playoff Show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchock coming at you from the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, 20 minutes south of downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for PIHL Hockey Night Live, presented by AHN Sports Medicine. And now, as Monty Python once said, for something completely different, a game involving the South Fayette Lions at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, in which the Lions are the away team. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Lions, the designated visitors in tonight's PIHL Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League Class 3A matchup against the eponymous tenant of the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. The push for the 2025 Penguins Cup playoffs continues here on TenbandTV, with the Blue Devils being the only team in Class 3A at the moment that has officially clinched a playoff berth. The Blue Devils coming in with an overall record of 12-1, 1-2, good for 40 points, and that top spot in the 11-team AAA classification. Mount Lebanon, since their lone regulation loss at the end of November, they've earned points in the 8 games since, including the last meeting between these clubs. More on that in a moment. And Lebo earning points last Thursday as well, despite taking a shootout loss here on home ice against the North Allegheny Tigers. And for the Blue Devils, naturally you're going to want to keep an eye on number 68, the two-time All-Star Xavier Bias, the alternate captain in yellow, warming up somewhere in the mix off to our right. The Class AAA scoring race, a 3-horse race at the moment. 3 players, each with 25 points. Bias is one of those players, and he leads Class AAA with 13 goals for that matter. He had one of those 13 in the last meeting between these clubs back on December the 16th, and he scored in the shootout, which was ultimately won by the South Fayette Lions. South Fayette comes in coming off back-to-back 3-2 losses at the hands of the NA Tigers, coincidentally, and Franklin Regional Panthers. 10 of their last 11 games have been decided by 1 goal. So if there's a team that's alive in the playoff hunt that's accustomed to playing tight playoff-style hockey games, it's South Fayette. And the fact that they've been able to win up until last week, the Bears' share of those games, is why they've been able to really hold their own in their first season as a member of Class 3A in the entire 24-year history of their varsity program. And the big gun for South Fayette is one of those 3 players tied for the top scoring spot in AAA. Number 8 in green, Owen Robert Chiappetta, the all-star and alternate captain and junior forward. He had a goal and an assist the last time these teams met back on the 16th of December. He's got multiple points in 8 of his last 9 to counter Xavier Bias's 8-game point streak that Bias carries entering week number 19 of the regular season. X factors, well, for South Fayette, you look at Nate Keller. Last year, one of the top freshmen in the entire PIHL, number 43 in green, warming up off to our left. currently ranking 4th in Class 3A with 20 points through 18 weeks of regular season play. He set up all 3 regulation goals for South Fayette the last time they faced the Blue Devils, and he scored in the shootout. For Mount Lebanon, you look at a player like Liam Shin, who, like Xavier Bias, got an all-star nod this season, and like Xavier Bias, wears the A for alternate captain. The junior forward tied with South Fayette's Trevor D'Alessandro for 3rd in Class AAA with 21 points entering Week 19. Goaltending depth, the name of the game for Mount Lebanon, the least scored upon team in Class 3A entering this week. It'll be either Hayden Bache or Vinny Canella, the senior, getting the nod in goal for the Blue Devils, who are coached by Jeremy Church in his 4th full season of duty in charge of the varsity club. Church assisted by the legendary Jim McVeigh, ditto Dave Hornack. South Fayette coached by Matt Schwartz, who's in his 6th straight year leading their varsity team. He is assisted by Brandon Timmons and by former PIHL champion, former NHL prospect and longtime friend, Christian Hansen. His likely goaltender will be either Jackson Ankrum, who had one of his best performances of the season, including that shootout the last time these teams met, or Andrew Carson, the senior. Moments from puck drop here. A standalone edition of PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, one of only 2 games in Class AAA tonight. Coincidentally, TenbandTV is bringing you bonus coverage of the other AAA game going on at the moment. It is senior night for the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars at the Ice Castle. They are hosting the Central Catholic Vikings. Tyler Polk has the call of that one, our good friend from the Trib Live High School Sports Network, and you can watch that also presently on demand on TenbandTV and our PIHL channel. Mount Lebanon, as I said, has already clinched a playoff berth. South Fayette can move as high as 4th place with a regulation win of their own and a Thomas Jefferson loss in regulation just down the block. The Lions coming into tonight 5-6-3-1, good for 22 points, and the number 6 spot in Class 3A. The top 8 teams qualify for the Penguins Cup playoffs. Still a lot to be decided in the Class 3A playoff picture, and the final full month of regular season play begins tonight for both these teams. It's Chiapetta against Shin for the opening faceoff, which the Lions control, and they move that puck from left to right on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin the game. Again, both these teams typically call this building home. For our purposes tonight, Mount Lebanon, the designated home team. Bias up ahead to Shin. Shin with space on the right wing. Burial! Don't say you don't remember him, Andrew Carson, because he sure as heck fire remembers you. Liam Shin scores against the Lions for the 2nd time in as many meetings. And Mount Lebanon once again takes an early lead over South Fayette, this time just 22 seconds in. Shin's 12th of the season, just 1 behind Bias for the team lead. And 1 behind Bias, for that matter, for the overall lead in Class 3A. Lions control the ensuing draw. Turned over in the corner. Again, it's Andrew Carson, the senior, getting the nod in goal tonight. 2-3 record in 5 appearances. Keller centering pass, and it dribbles in! Ivan Kalenko, And the Lions from Russia with love answer right back. 2 goals in a span of 44 seconds by these Class 3A Penguins Cup hopefuls. And so Vince Cannella, fellow senior and Carson's counterpart tonight, has been welcomed to the contest. 2 shots on goal, 2 goals, 1 for either side. Get your popcorn ready. Petter, the South Fayette captain, Eli Petter, defenseman and all-star, to Dylan Mock. Mock up ahead for Vidak. Mason Vidak coming off his first ever varsity goal in the loss to Franklin Regional last Thursday. Blue Devils play it behind their own cage vis-a-vis Pierce Conrarty. To the corner it'll come. Sam Eberhardt giving chase for the Blue Devils. Nearly turned over to Braden Rygard, the South Fayette alternate. Conrarty off the glass. Mount Lebanon bottled up a bit in their own zone, trying to exhaust the area. Conrarty sends it around one more time. Bias is taken out of the play by Petter, and Petter forces this turnover. This time Cannella makes his first save of the game and gives us a chance to tell you about Vinny Cannella. 308 minutes played, a 4-1-1 record, a .215 goals against average, and .920 save percentage that both rank 3rd among netminders in Class 3A. 1 shutout for Cannella on the regular season and 10 total games dressed for. Offerman, the Mount Lebanon captain, trying to clear it, and eventually it bounces just beyond the Lebo bench. South Fayette offside as D'Alessandro gets a little what for after the whistle. This time the Blue Devils win a face-off. Officially the Mount Lebanon goal 22 seconds in, shin from Bias and Krupp. So give Bias a 9-game point streak now, counting tonight. Another offside call against South Fayette. Matt Schwartz wants a line change before this puck drop. Not even 2 minutes into period 1, and already a good bit of end-to-end action here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Brody File on against Caden Lane. File wins it. Santino Vizio plays up behind the Mount Lebanon goal. Zach Lynham near corner. Outlet pass too heavy for Lane. Lions send it back in and tag up to get onside. Lynham gains the red line and dumps it in. Andrew Carson watching it go by to his left. Kalenko, the South Fayette goal scorer, unable to clear his own zone. Petter will regroup for South Fayette. Kept barely onside, or was it, by Griffin Krupp? Officials beg to differ. Shin from Bias and Krupp, 22 seconds in, and 22 seconds later, Kalenko officially from Keller and Mock. 1-1 your score. Early first period. Snyder to center. Kalenko with difficulty handling that puck. Mason Imler retreating. Cross ice for Petter, his defensive partner. Turned over to Bias. Bias had trouble handling that puck, which ricocheted in on Carson. Krupp the shot, and we have a whistle and a stoppage in play as the net behind Carson is dislodged. Carson, 268 minutes of action, a .343 goals against, .852 save percentage. Matt Schwartz continues to play musical goalies this season with his sophomore and senior. Carson taking that tough luck loss at NA last week, 2 weeks ago, I beg your pardon, making 22 saves in the narrow defeat. Won both of his starts prior to that, making 40 combined saves in wins over Peters Township and Thomas Jefferson against TJ. He picked up the win in relief of Jackson Ankrum, as a matter of fact. Offerman to the corner. Petter from behind his own net. Pressured by Ben Kurta. Near side for Emler. Kurta to chase Stashowski. Stashowski to the corner. Petter fanned on the clearing attempt. Blue Devils keep it in at the half wall. Kalinko in there digging for it. And he sends it erroneously into his own bench. And fortunately, his teammates all appear to be A-OK. You got a brief look there at Matt Schwartz. His team sending 4 players to the All-Star event this season, as did the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. And Jeremy Church, in fact, coached one of the All-Star teams, so technically 5 All-Star reps for Lebo this season. Team Rayco defeating Team Church, as it were, in the AAA All-Star event back at the RMU Island Sports Center the last Sunday of January. Chiappetta retreating, outlets to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro scored against North Allegheny in that loss back on the 20th. Zolkowski for Stashowski. And a chance now for Kurta. Kurta backhands it on Carson. He makes the save, and there's no rebound. "13 points in 16 games this season for Kurta. One of 6 players on Jeremy Church's roster with at least 10 points on the season entering Monday. Around the boards it comes to Grant Volek. Rygaard sliding to the boards to try and free that puck. Blue Devils come away with it. That shot is fanned on by Alex Maxim. Correction, Cam Meyer. 97, not to be confused with 67. Rygaard and the Lions, 3 men strong. Rygaard through a crowd. That went wide. Lynham trying to play it around Fisher for Mount Lebanon. Lane in the corner. Lions played up the boards, but not out. Lynham ready and waiting. It's loose and swept aside by Vizio defensively. Volek and the Blue Devils regroup. Volek paired out here with Lynham defensively. No icing, officials say, as Fisher plucks it from the corner. Videk cross ice to Eli Nagel. Nagel, the sophomore, making his varsity debut here tonight for Matt Schwartz. That lead pass cut out by Petter. Bias trying to sneak up ahead of the play. Centering pass eludes Kalinko. Bias back to the neutral zone. Petter waiting, gains the red line, sends it to the near corner. Conradi defensively for Lebo. Bias plays it up the boards. Shin stabs at it. Shin might have a chance if he can find Krupp, but that was a good break up there by Snyder. Under 10 to go in the first period. A period that has calmed down considerably after a very hectic start. Bias centering pass. Score! It's time to play Plinko for Liam Shin. And the Blue Devils regain the lead with 9:49 to go in the first period. That's a dozen for the junior, and he's got both Blue Devil goals here in period 1. Blue Devils outworking the lines defensively to get it back to center. Romanelli off the glove hand of Nathan Tran. Tran near side for Aiden Zolkowski. Zolkowski one-on-one with Mock. Good gap control by the latter. Once again, it's Shin from Bias and Krupp. Same trio, same result, a Mount Lebanon goal. Once again, the Blue Devils off to a quick start here with a couple of goals in period one, as they had in the last meeting between these clubs, as that puck goes out of play. Both coaches making line changes as we approach the midpoint of the first period. Mount Lebanon 2, South Fayette 1. Blue Devils looking for a split of the regular season series. With a win tonight, they can distance themselves from second place Seneca Valley an inch closer to locking up that number 1 overall seed in the Penguins Cup playoffs. Carson with a save at the near post. Carson keeps his balance and makes another stop before the Lions clear it. Maxim to Lehman. Lehman forcing the save from Carson. Carson with another denial inside the blue paint. Puck out of play. And so we'll face it off in Mount Lebanon ice one more time. A pregnant pause here as Nate Snyder is told by one of the officials, the near official, that he has to come off. In any event, the Lions win this draw. Dan Hudson from inside his own line will ice this puck for South Fayette. Stashowski wins the faceoff from Rygard. South Fayette getting the clear. Good stick there by Vidak. Dribbles it on goal, and Canella will play it conservatively. Nagel, the varsity debutant, taking another shift for South Fayette. Lions earn a faceoff in the attacking zone to Canella's left. And they win it. Vizio trying to get it toward goal. Vidak goes down as he was trying to backhand it on Canella. Blue Devils on the counter. Stashowski right down the middle. Fires on Carson, and Carson makes the save. It was he who was denied by Jackson Ankrum on the final shootout attempt in the last meeting between these teams, and that sealed the win at the time for South Fayette. Stashowski, a fine first season, returning to high school hockey after an absence of over a year. 16 points in 14 games for Lebo. Leads the Mount Lebanon senior class in the points column this season. Stashowski near corner. Murphy dumping this puck off the glove of Petter. Keller's one-touch pass broken up. Keller sticks with it. Comes across the line, tied up by Stashowski. Centering pass underneath the stick of Kalinko. Eberhardt from his own corner. Out of play. Blue Devils control this face-off. Krupp to center for Shin. Shin already on hat-trick watch here in the first period. He's dumped to the ice by Kalinko, who has the lone South Fayette tally thus far. Shin near side Out in front, nobody home except Nathan Tran, but Tran has to retreat all the way back inside his own line. Near turnover there to Keller. Offerman able to recover. Petter surveying the play. Too heavy for Keller. This should be and will be icing on the Lions. Love a good color-on-color matchup, and we've got one here tonight. South Fayette wearing their visiting greens, Mount Lebanon wearing their alternate Michigan-esque yellow jerseys with the dark blue pants and helmets. Chiappetta behind his own cage, turned it over. Out in front, they were looking for Shin, but the pass was broken up. From distance, it's put off the glass by Tran. Bias behind the net. Blue Devils move it quickly. Offerman through a crowd. Carson the save and the rebound. Pinballs just wide of the net. The Lions in scramble mode finally recover and send this puck out to D'Alessandro. No icing. D'Alessandro trying to dance around Offerman. Offerman sends him to his knees. D'Alessandro, good stick-to-itiveness. Behind the net, intended for Rygaard. Tran breaks up the play. Rygaard puts a check into him. Puck out of play behind the Mount Lebanon net. Paulett off the face-off win for the Blue Devils. Lost control of that puck as it went toward goal, and then it bounced in just wide of Carson. Almost an unfortunate bounce there for the Lions. Puck into the South Fayette bench. Carson, as I said earlier, backed up tonight by Jackson Ankrum, number 13. Canella's back up. Gus Zentner, who played very well in the preseason for Mount Lebanon in the St. Margaret Fall face-off. Mount Lebanon finishing as runners-up in this year's preseason event. Offside, South Fayette. Awfully interesting that the two teams that made the final round of that tournament back in September are at this point of the season the top two teams in Class 3A. Mount Lebanon coming in number 1, Seneca Valley coming in number 2. Separated by 9 points entering week 19 of the regular season. Again, the point system in the PIHL Varsity League different this season. For the first time, 3 points awarded for a regulation win, 2 for a win after regulation, and teams still get a charity point for an overtime or shootout loss. Delayed offside is washed out. Stashowski plays this puck to center as Bovalino went down inside Mount Lebanon ice. Curta, right wing circle, deflected out in front off a South Fayette stick. Snyder in the right place at the right time. Blue Devils try to play it in front. Now Conradi has to wait for his teammates to tag up. Carson settles it down for Petter. Imler trying to maneuver around Conradi. Imler unable to take the lead pass, and the near official gets tied up with Imler's stick. A bit of a blooper reel moment there, but the point is moot as it was icing on the Lions anyway. Four and a half to go in period 1. Mount Lebanon, thanks to 2 Liam Shin goals, with a 2-1 lead over the South Fayette Lions. They're co-tenants here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Petter watches it go all around the glass and back to Kalinko. Shin inside the referee's crease gets rid of it. Krupp around the South Fayette boards. Petter anticipating, reversing the play to Fisher. Turned over to Krupp. Krupp couldn't hang on to it. Kalinko through center. Lynham retreating for Mount Lebanon. Under pressure from Imler, and Imler blasts him as he got rid of that puck. Krupp and Keller getting involved near side as the Blue Devils take control. Fisher lost it to Krupp and Bias. Krupp getting it deep. Blue Devils changing behind the play. Shot from an angle on Carson. He makes the save. And Shin doesn't like what he saw at the end of that play as Krupp got sent to the ice by a couple of Lions. This USA Hockey crew letting boys be boys for the moment. So we remain 5-on-5. Face off to Carson's left. Lions control it. D'Alessandro flying up the right wing. D'Alessandro trying to center for Jackson Stilley. That pass broken up. Blue Devils in transition. Kyle Quigley over the line. Quigley out in front. A good read there defensively by Chiappetta. Stilley puts a body into Offerman. Chiappetta hits the brakes, tries to go back to Stilley. Stilley in the corner, out in front. D'Alessandro had his stick lifted by Quigley. Vizio through a crowd. Good gap control there by Quigley to block the shot. Vizio one more time. D'Alessandro cross ice for Chiappetta. Chiappetta on goal. Save made. Canella doesn't know where it is. It's in your equipment, son. Face-off coming up in Lebaon Ice. And ultimately, Nagel touches this puck for South Fayette before he is sent to the boards by Eberhardt. Lions keep it in the zone. Rygaard is poke checked by Stashowski. Zolkowski, shouldered by Vizio. Vidak counterattacking for South Fayette. Glove save there by Canella. He keeps it moving to Stashowski. Near side is Zolkowski. That's broken up by Vizio. Vidak over the attacking line. Vidak to Rygaard. Rygaard just missing the net. Loose out in front and poked in! Braden Rygaard on Canella's doorstep makes it a 2-2 game with just over 2 minutes to play in the first period. The alternate captain makes it happen for the Lions. Just his second of the season, and it's kind of a big deal. Stoppage in play with 1:50 to go before the buzzer. Thus far, this game every bit the seesaw battle we imagined. Blue Devils win the face-off. Offerman with a dump in. Petter from the corner, trying to outlet it. Turned over to Krupp. Good poke check there by Romanelli. Not standing on ceremony. Bias, the Shaha Panthers product, able to get this puck deep. And it goes out of play one more time. Well, rookie, welcome to the show. Eli Nagel credited with the second assist on that Rygaard goal. So he has his first varsity point in his first varsity game, the sophomore for South Fayette. Officially, Rygaard from Vidak and Nagel. D'Alessandro over the attacking line. Petter in the corner. Petter tied up by the other captain, Brian Offerman of Mount Lebanon. Keller keeps it inside the line. Keller stripped of that puck by Bias with a minute left in the period. Shin over the line. Shin for Bias in the corner. Bias checked as he left that puck for Shin. Offerman retreating. Lions trying to mount a late attack here. Chiappetta from Keller. Chiappetta wide of goal. The tremendous trio, if you will, out here for South Fayette to close out period one. Vizio behind his own net. Chiappetta for Petter. Under half a minute left in the period. Chiappetta near side for D'Alessandro. Poke check by Kurta. Zolkowski around the boards as he's hit by Vizio. And Zolkowski takes a whack at him late. Chiappetta not quite able to clear. Good hustle there by lineup. Krupp from the corner with 5 seconds left. Petter off the boards. One last chance maybe for Volek. Keller's going to have to hurry, but time is his enemy. We've played one at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, and we've got 2 goals for both sides. The Mount Lebanon Blue Devils and the South Fayette Lions tied. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by AHN Sports Medicine. The push for the 2025 Penguins Cup playoffs continues in a moment.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
First period shots on goal. Mount Lebanon Blue Devils 9, South Fayette Lions 7. Where it counts, it's 2-2 as period 2 is about to get underway here from the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. The side switch has occurred, and the puck has been dropped. Imler controls it for South Fayette. Petter over the line for the Lions, off the leg of Volek and out of play. The number 1 offense in Class 3A, that of Mount Lebanon, scoring twice in that first period. By that same token, the Lions finding a way to net 2 against the number 1 team defense in Class 3A. Blue Devils just 28 goals allowed as a team entering Monday night. But Kalinko and Rygaard have been able to light the lamp behind Vince Cannella. Liam Shin with a couple of goals from Mount Lebanon. And here comes Shin up the right side. Shin centering pass for Bias. Bias toward goal. Carson sprawling to make the save. Lynham with a keep at the left point. Bias to the corner. Shin out in front. That puck eluding his stick. Petter for Vizio. Near side, Imler flips it on Cannella. Cannella knocks it down calmly. Lines changing on the fly. Volek across 2 lines. Intended for Krupp. No icing. Krupp, the first man on this puck, looking for company out in front, none to be found. Chiappetta turned it over. Bias on his backhand. Shot from an angle, the save made by Carson. He stops Aiden Zolkowski from the left circle. Kalinko at center. Drifting to his left, dropping for Chiappetta. Chiappetta forcing the save from Vince Canello. Allegheny Health Network offers a wide variety of sports medicine and performance programs to keep athletes at the top of their games or to help them get back in the game. AHN sports medicine experts work with athletes of all levels, from scholastic to pro to weekend warriors, using proven techniques and programs at world-class facilities. See how AHN can help you get in the game and stay in the game. Call 412-DOCTORS or visit ahn.org and search the phrase sports medicine for more information. Matt Popchock here for PIHL Hockey Night Live, presented by AHN Sports Medicine. As Xavier Bias drives the goal, he was taken off that puck by Randall Fisher. Ben Kurta out here with Chase Stashowski and Zolkowski. The supporting cast trying to untie this 2-2 game for Jeremy Church's squad. Funny bounce in on goal. It's played aside quickly by Romanelli. Well, Romanelli's made a couple of big defensive plays that won't get statted, but they've prevented goals. Make no question about it. Stille on goal. Cleared aside by Zolkowski. Stashowski on the off wing. Poke check by Petter. Nathan Tran trying to keep it in. Petter wins that battle. And here comes South Fayette. Petter over the line, Rygaard offside. Off the face-off, Blue Devils quickly play it back to center. Paulett into South Fayette territory. Petter under pressure gets rid of that puck to Dylan Mock. Vidak too far for Nagel. Eberhardt gets to it for Mount Lebanon. Lane off the boards to himself. From an angle, Carson the save, the rebound. Paulett was reaching for it, couldn't get there. Mayer from an angle, forcing the save from Carson, who hangs on. Mayer looking for his first points of any kind since Halloween. Another one of those players who played very well in the preseason for the Blue Devils. Lane from center red. Carson settles it down behind the Lions cage. Petter turned it over. Braddock's Paulett for Mayer. Mayer taken off that puck by Vizio. Eberhardt from center point dribbles on goal. Carson the save, and he quickly covers a split second before Mayer can bang it in. On our other bonus telecast, Central Catholic and Thomas Jefferson, when last we checked, tied at 1 in period 2 of that game. Here we are tied at 2. Early moments of period 2 between the South Fayette Lions and Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Canella of Mount Lebanon forcing the own zone faceoff. Again, if TJ wins in regulation and South Fayette does the same, the Lions will be, for the time being, in 4th place in Class 3A. Griffin Krupp with a steal. Has Bias going to the net. Krupp going to shoot it himself. Actually, he went for the shot pass to Bias, and Bias couldn't deflect it in. That bounces off a South Fayette body. Lynham keeps it alive, and it's whiffed on by Krupp, trying to bat it out of the air baseball style. Blue Devils keep it inside the line. Bias just barely offside. A break there for the Lions. Shin against Chiappetta. Couple of all-stars at the face-off dot. And to the corner, it goes to Romanelli defensively. Rygaard to Tran. Tran deflects it on goal. Oh, Carson somehow stayed with that zigzagging puck to keep it out of the net. What a bizarre bounce that was right on the South Fayette goal. D'Alessandro and the Lions win the puck battle. D'Alessandro stood up by Offerman. Matt Schwartz wants a penalty. None forthcoming. Lions have it in the corner. Out in front, it's intended for Chiappetta, but instead it goes to Canella, and Canella will freeze it. Chiappetta against Stashowski. Lions win the face-off. Mock off a Mount Lebanon body. Rygaard couldn't keep it in the zone. Stashowski up for Zolkowski. Zolkowski trying to center it for Kurta. Deflects off a stick and goes around the boards. D'Alessandro tried to clear, nothing doing. Offerman sends it off the glass. Stashowski near side. Zolkowski in the thick of that. Kurta to Zolkowski. Zolkowski met immediately by D'Alessandro. Those two pushing and shoving as it comes around to Offerman. Offerman wide of goal. Nathan Tran pinching to Zolkowski. D'Alessandro just wants to clear this puck, and he does finally for the Lions. D'Alessandro 1 against 2. Fires wide of goal, and that just missed Canella's glove. Stashowski on the off wing. Petter stays with him. That centering pass is broken up by Chiappetta. Lions in transition. Bovalino poke check neatly by Offerman. Chiappetta trailing the play. Chiappetta shooting wide of goal. Didn't have a lot of room to maneuver there, did the sophomore. The junior, I should say. Offerman around the boards with help from Tran defensively. Icing on Mount Lebanon with just over 10 till the ice cut. Brinton and Boyer, the USA hockey crew on duty tonight here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. And they bring us back to action here to the left of Vince Canella. Canella covers, so we'll do it from the same spot. To the corner it'll come. Blue Devils first on the puck. South Fayette regrouping in its own blue line inside Mount Lebanon territory. Brody File meets Eberhardt near side. Eberhardt plays it behind his own goal for Conrarty defensively. He ducks around a check from File. Eberhardt for Bias. Bias through center. Icing call forthcoming on the Blue Devils. Volek behind the net. And a hard hit there on Lynham. The South Fayette bench likes what they see as that save is made by Canella on Stilley, and it's knocked out of play. Stashowski against Vidak. Vidak wins the face-off. Lions working it down low. Out in front it comes to Nagel. Nagel unable to shoot it cleanly. Blue Devils still unable to clear it. Good keep there by Vidak. Plays it wide of goal. Stashowski using the glass to his advantage to get it up to Kurta. Ben Kurta chips it around Romanelli. From an angle, Carson had to make that save. And the rebound is fanned on by Stashowski, cutting right down the middle. Vidak plays it around his own boards for Nagel as we approach the midpoint of this period and game here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. The Blue Devils and South Fayette Lions tied at 2 in PIHL Class 3A action. Volek off the official and right to Zach Lynham, excuse me. Solkowski for Stashowski. Dylan Mock comes away with that puck. Mock up through the left wing, trying to center it for Stilley. Broken up by Offerman. Kurta around Imler, interrupted by Keller. Stashowski stays with it, but the Blue Devils are offside. Lucas Blos, one of those Class 3A scoring front runners that we talked about in pregame, has given Thomas Jefferson the lead 2-1 over Central Catholic in period 2. A game that will be of interest to South Fayette fans. And again, you can watch that one on demand later on TenbandTV. Tyler Polk with special bonus coverage tonight, and thanks to Tyler for stepping in on short notice to help cover Jaguars senior night down the road at the Ice Castle. Thomas Jefferson, South Fayette, and Franklin Regional all moving up to 3A this season, and it's made for a lot of excitement here down the stretch as Canella snatches that one at the side of the net. Petter to the corner. Conrarty from his knees trying to play that puck and does so. Up to center for Quigley. Near side Kalinko. Keller from the right circle. Played out in front. Keller with a hit in the corner on Conrarty. As this puck comes the length of the ice, no icing this time. Vizio has to play it for South Fayette. Petter up to center. Keller had his stick tied up by Eberhardt. Again, no icing. Conrarty hit from behind by Keller. Play continues. Griffin Krupp turning it over to Petter. Petter with a quick zone entry to Keller. Keller for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro taken out of the play neatly by Shin. Lead pass to Bias. Xavier Bias to the goal. Score! Xavier Bias gives the Blue Devils a 3-2 lead. And these pretzels are making me thirsty. His third point of the game. And goal number 14 to lead them all in Class 3A. Xavier Bias puts Lebo back on top with under 6.5 till the ice cut. Chiappetta flying up the right wing. To the circle. Chiappetta reaching for it. Swiped at by Rygaard, just wide. He had Canella out of position too, just couldn't finish the play. Bias with speed toward the goal. Backhand tries, save made. Rebound, Carson scrambling to cover. The Blue Devils couldn't shoot it cleanly on net. Xavier Bias skating like he's double parked right now after giving Mount Lebanon the lead. To center it comes to Chiappetta. Chiappetta has a trailer in D'Alessandro. He'll keep it. D'Alessandro too well covered to take that pass. Stashowski in transition for Zolkowski. Stashowski, the attempted pass broken up. Key play there by Snyder. Snyder quietly having a good defensive game for South Fayette. Lynham hitting the corner. Blue Devils have this puck. That outlet pass fanned on by Volek, but he finds Zolkowski. Zolkowski poke checked immediately by Nate Snyder. Petter sends it up but not out. Volek to Zolkowski. Zolkowski side of the net. Kurta missing the target. Final 5 of period 2. Mount Lebanon with some momentum here after taking the lead 3-2. Lynham couldn't keep it in the zone. Kurta retreating quickly to Zolkowski. Off the body of Imler, Petter stood up by Kurta. Kalinko, who has a goal in this game, is met by Zolkowski. Nate Keller over the line. The sophomore sensation centering for Kalinko, but that's broken up. Zolkowski countering for Mount Lebanon. Blue Devils trying to complete a line change, but they ice the puck in the process with 4:17 to play. And one of Jeremy Church's assistants wants to know why it's icing against Mount Lebanon. Kurt Voss-Hoynes literally up in arms on the home bench. Blue Devils win the defensive zone faceoff. Sent around near side for Bias, but Petter got there first. Vidak lost that battle to Shin. Krupp dumps it in. Petter to Nagel. Nagel to Vidak. Canelo defers to his defense. Near side Bias. Bias up for Shin. Shin with room to maneuver. Shin toward goal. Save made and the rebound eluded Krupp. Blue Devils trying for the old POP, puck off pads, but it was not in the stars. Nagel up to Stille. The muckers and grinders out here for Matt Schwartz late in the period. Near side, Xavier Bias, who has that go-ahead goal for Lebo. Bias surveying the play, flips it in behind the South Fayette net, and he wants to come off here. Alex Maxim tying up his man. That's Dylan Mock. Josh Lehman getting a stick in there for Mount Lebanon. Petter getting involved physically. Tran backpedaling. Paired here with Offerman defensively. Petter up the boards, not out. Tran with a dump in. Dylan Mock, the first man there. Unable to clear. It's off a skate or stick. Quigley on goal, save made. The rebound poked aside just in time by Carson, who gets a piece of that one too. Tran down the middle, that's blocked. Keller trying to catch up to this one, but Offerman will beat him to it. Offside are the Lions. Approaching the final 2 minutes of period 2. A game of top class 3A teams that has been, in the truest sense of the phrase, back and forth. Romanelli, near side. Does his team have an answer before the ice cut? Keller, poke check by Volek. Zokowski, up to Stashowski. Stashowski from atop the circle. That save made by Carson. And the rebound is held by Snyder. Correction, Imler. Sent off the back of the Lions' cage and played up to Volek. Volek through a crowd. Carson got a piece of that one with Zokowski trying to run interference. Zokowski trying to do the Sidney Crosby one-timer, but fanning from the slot area. Romanelli kicking at that puck for the Lions. Lebo wins the puck battle. Kurta flags it down near corner for Zokowski, unable to control that pass. Keller to Romanelli, stolen by Zokowski. Kurta from the right side, off the glass. Volek has the rebound. Final minute of second period play. Kurta out in front to nobody in particular except Ivan Kalenko. South Fayette counterattacking. Imler with the dump in. Lions make a quick change. Two-line pass intended for Krupp. Broken up, no icing. Petter around the boards. Rygaard has it for the Lions. Up the left wing he comes, dropping for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro left circle. Off Canella and off the pipe behind him. South Fayette that close to a late equalizer. D'Alessandro has this one go into his own bench, and that'll stop the proceedings with 20 ticks to talk. Officially, the go-ahead goal rating bias from Krupp. So Griffin Krupp has a 3-point night for the Blue Devils, and he's on here for the final shift, presumably, of the second period. Lions win the draw. Quick dump in by Petter, but right at Vince Canella, and he'll cover. $18 points now for Krupp. The Mount Lebanon sophomore in game number 17 for the second-year varsity player. Another point-per-game player this season for Jeremy Church. It's all about consistency. Chiappetta from the corner. 3 seconds left. Time will run out, and we will cut the ice at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center with the Blue Devils leading the feisty South Fayette Lions by a score of 3-2. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Iron Bridge. The push for the 2025 Penguins Cup playoffs continues after the ice cut. our purposes tonight, Mount Lebanon, the designated home team. Bias up ahead to Shin. Shin with space on the right wing. Burial! The senior getting the nod in goal tonight. 2-3 record in 5 appearances. Keller centering pass, and it dribbles in! Ivan Kalenko! For Stashowski. And a chance now for Kurta. Kurta backhands it on Carson. He makes it in the first period. A period that has calmed down considerably after a very hectic start. Bias centering pass. Score! Goes down as he was trying to backhand it on Canella. Blue Devils on the counter. Stashowski right down the middle. Fires on Carson, and Carson makes the save. Chiappetta behind his own cage, turned it over. Out in front, they were looking for Shin, but the pass was broken up. From distance, it's put off the glass by Tran. Vidak over the attacking line. Vidak to Rygaard. Rygaard just missing the net. Loose out in front, and poked in! Braden Rygaard. Corner, it goes to Romanelli defensively. Rygaard to Tran. Tran deflects it on goal hole. Carson somehow behind the net. And a hard hit there on Lynham. The South Fayette bench likes what they see as that save is made by Canella. D'Alessandro taken out of the play neatly by Shin. Lead pass to Bias. Xavier Bias to the goal. Score!
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie! Welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship Show, the Penguins Cup Playoff Show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
What a wonderful day!
Welcome to Temple Strength and Sport Performance, where we empower you to reach new heights in strength, speed, and athletic performance. Temple is here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, join him in Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania, and discover the difference. For more information, call 412-527-1755. Start your journey with us today.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an immunization information system. Immunization information systems, or IIS, are confidential, population-based, computerized databases that record all immunization doses administered by participating providers to persons residing within a given geopolitical area. In the United States, every vaccination registry is a bit different, which can become daunting and confusing. Enter PubHub. PubHub solves this issue by giving its providers the ability to connect and communicate to the state registry with one connection and one data format. For example, if a patient has received the COVID-19 vaccine, PubHub allows the provider to see if the patient has already received the vaccine, keeping everything safe and organized for everyone.
2 jumbo ice caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino. Extra caramel.
That's us. I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Plus Ice comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie! Welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship show, the Penguins Cup playoff show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Iron Bridge was founded in 2011 to simplify interoperability in today's complex healthcare ecosystem. Their solutions have allowed over 100 organizations to harness the power of the cloud to exchange health data easily and securely. Iron Bridge makes simple healthcare integration easier, and it makes complex healthcare integration possible. Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, or visit ironbridgecorp.com for more information. Matt Popchock back here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, where the only Hanson in the building to speak of is on the South Fayette bench. Christian, assistant coach to Matt Schwartz in his 6th year as South Fayette bench boss. His team's magic number entering tonight, 11 points to clinch a playoff spot. That's any combination of 11 points earned or 11 points dropped by Pine Richland. And we should note that 2 weeks from tonight, South Fayette will host Pine Richland in the Lions' final regular season home game here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Pine Richland won the first meeting at the Barrel Toyota Ice Complex, a game that was also seen on TenbandTV earlier in the regular campaign. Here it is Lions 2, Mount Lebanon Blue Devils 3. Xavier Bias with the only goal of period 2, the go-ahead goal for Mount Lebanon. Goal number 14 of the season for the two-time All-Star. South Fayette, for the third game in a row, involved in a game with a 3-2 scoreline. Stop us if you've heard that one before. 10 of the Lions' last 11 games decided by a single goal. Will this one be any different? We'll know in 17 more hockey minutes. Played by the high stick of Volek. Kalinko nullifies the high stick call. Rygaard trying to dance around Stashowski. Zolkowski, checked by Kalinko at center red. Kurta in pursuit of this puck in South Fayette territory, but Petter's going to come away with it for the Lions. An outlet for Kalinko, who had a goal 44 seconds into this one for the Lions after Liam Shin scored the first of his 2 first-period goals just 22 seconds into the game. Each team scoring on their first shot on goal tonight, a rarity at any level of organized hockey. Zolkowski up to center. Played to the near side by Bias. Bias with points in 9 straight, including tonight. A goal and a couple of assists. D'Alessandro wide of the goal mouth. Mock around the boards for Trevor D'Alessandro. Bias watching him as he plays it back to the corner for Chiappetta. Keller out there as well up front for South Fayette as Matt Schwartz is putting all his eggs in one basket to begin period 3. South Fayette with a lot of superlative talent at forward, but last couple games kind of spinning their tires offensively. Trying to find an answer here in the third period for the Blue Devils, who are up by 1. Dylan Mock to center for Chiappetta, who reaches back for that pass. Keller had trouble taking it. South Fayette has to relinquish possession as a result. Nathan Tran gains the red line and dumps it in. Carson scrambling to get back in goal. Romanelli plays that puck in a dangerous spot up the far boards for Stilley, and he runs right into Sam Eberhardt. Eberhardt goes down again, and play continues. Pollitt on goal, save made there by Carson. And at the risk of jinxing it, I'll point out that we've yet to see a penalty called in this game, and fittingly, these are the 2 least penalized teams in AAA entering Monday night. South Fayette tops in that category with just 84 PIMs on the season. Mount Lebanon, 110 as a team. It's been a very crisp, very well-played game. And again, one of these games that feels like a playoff game no matter which side you're on. Mount Lebanon, the first team in AAA to clinch a playoff berth officially. The #1 team coming into Week 19 in the PIHL's top flight. South Fayette holding on to 6th place as Bias has it for the Blue Devils. Centering pass just beyond the reach of Liam Shin, who continues to be on hat-trick watch. Shin with it again. Carson, the loud save. Stolen by Bias. Bias for Krupp. Krupp tried to make his move and shoot it in one fell swoop, but couldn't control the bounding puck, and now we get a whistle as the net behind Carson is off its moorings. Now, Central Catholic was trailing Thomas Jefferson 2-1 in the ice cut of that game at the Ice Castle. Tyler Polk on the call. Bonus coverage live right now on TenbandTV. And that game is still 2-1 in period 3. Thomas Jefferson leading despite being doubled up in shots in period 3. Lucas Blos so far has the go-ahead goal in that game as TJ plays on senior night. Stashowski toward goal. That was blocked by Fisher, among others. Lynham toward the net. Rygaard got in the way of that. Lynham with it again for the Blue Devils. Just missed the top corner. Volek with a keep in. Stashowski coming to the near side to retrieve this puck. Around Imler. To the far side now. Zolkowski retreating. Petter gets it as far as his own bench before the Blue Devils take over. Eli Petter from behind his own net for Kalinko. Kalinko couldn't control it. Volek finds metal but not mesh. Carson the save. Imler sends it inside the Mount Lebanon line. South Fayette wants to change on the go here as Olkowski plays this puck for Lebo. Kurta takes the hit from Rygard. Petter up to Braden Rygard. Petter will set up the play for the Lions now one more time as they complete their change. Lynham blistered against the glass by File. Mayer forcing it off the mask of Carson and out of play. Now this approaching Thursday, we will be at the Ice Castle right down the block in Castle Shannon for our first February doubleheader on PIHL Hockey Night Live this month. Game 1, Bishop McCourt at Baldwin in Class 2A. For Game 2, we switch gears to Division 2. Carrick at Bishop Canavan, a rivalry game in Division 2 Gold, an important game for both teams. With both teams looking to wrap up playoff spots. Chance for D'Alessandro, right side. D'Alessandro toward goal, just missing that far post. Canella, making himself big. He cuts down the angle effectively. Chiappetta right back on the horse for South Fayette. Out in front from Keller. Chiappetta unable to take it. Keller in the corner. Lost it to Pollitt. Mayer lost an edge. That allows Petter to take this puck for South Fayette. Intercepted by Tran. Tran makes his move. Off balance shot went wide. Chiappetta on the counterattack. Hits the brakes. Cross ice pass for Keller. Couldn't handle it. Mayer near side for Shin. Shin chased by Petter. Shin on one hand off of Carson. Imler couldn't take the outlet pass. Offerman waiting at center. Sends it around the boards. Ivan Kalinko just on for the Lions. Turns it over to Griffin Krupp. Shin going after it. Petter got there first. Shin persisting nonetheless. Cross ice for Krupp. Ben Kurta chased by Petter this time. The South Fayette captain greets him in the corner. Bias unable to get around Rygard. Rygard gets the clear for the Lions. Canella playing it carefully. Krupp takes the hit, but gets it inside South Fayette territory. Blue Devils make a hasty line change. Krupp and the Blue Devils reorganize. Outlet pass intended for Stashowski is sent back to center by Mock. Fisher gains the red line and gives it right to Pierce Conrarty, and the Blue Devils are guilty of icing. Under 10 to go in regulation. Mount Lebanon clinging to the 3-2 lead over South Fayette, with whom they share this Mount Lebanon Ice Center during the regular season. South Fayette, the designated away team. Tonight, they were the designated home team in the first meeting back in mid-December. Zolkowski trying to catch up to it. Icing called on the Blue Devils. Now the third period has truly been Mount Lebanon's period. 26 third period goals this season. The most in AAA of any team. Allowed only 7 in the third period all year. In the last meeting, each team had 1 third period goal before South Fayette ultimately took it in the shootout. Lynham from the corner. Keller toward goal. D'Alessandro trying to settle it down. He does. Centering pass too strong. Kurta takes it the other way for Lebo. Near side Zolkowski. Zolkowski hits the brakes. Fires off the body of Fisher. It comes right to Eli Petter right at the side of the net. Lynham behind the cage. Stashowski near corner for Kurta. Kurta put that off a South Fayette body. D'Alessandro chips it to himself through center. D'Alessandro, stick check by Volek. Zokowski turned it over to Petter. Outlet pass for Zokowski. For Stashowski, excuse me. It's played on goal by Zokowski, who comes off for a line change. Vizio to his defensive partner Petter. Up to center for Chiappetta. Chiappetta skating wide. Off-balance shot is blocked. Vizio trying to keep in the rebound. He can't. Bias. Near side for Krupp. Krupp for Shin. Shin goes right to the goal. Bias! Burial! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Midway through the third. Bias makes no mistake on the one-timer from the right side to double the Mount Lebanon lead. Goal number 15 on the year for the Shaha Panther. Romanelli to Dylan Mock. Blue Devils with some breathing room now as time ticks away in the third. Pollitt comes after this one. Vidak cleaning up the mess at center for Mock. Nagel from the near corner. Lane and a couple of the Blue Devils pushing and shoving, and emotions running high as Stille just went right after one of the Blue Devils, and he's going to get a penalty here. Brad Pollitt was going back and forth with Stille, and Stille got a little overzealous. And let's see if they both go or if it's just going to be Stille. They're both going to go. Stands to reason. Send them both, send the message. So we will remain 5-on-5 with 7:38 left in regulation. Blue Devils ahead in the shot column, 24-16, and ahead where it counts, 4-2. They've got all 6 shots on goal of this third period. Coincidental roughing minors on Stille and Pollitt. And so nothing ventured, nothing gained for either of these South Hills teams with under 7.5 left. Krupp from an angle, and the save is made by Andrew Carson. Bias keeps it in. Now he too, like Liam Shin, on hat-trick watch. Offerman hit by Kalinko as he got rid of that puck. Imler wanting his way to center. Kalinko wasn't ready for that pass, but he sends it into Blue Devils territory nonetheless. Krupp waiting at the attacking line, sends it right in on Carson from 60 feet. File, outletting for Kalinko. Kalinko takes a whack at it. Mount Lebanon clears it deep into South Fayette territory, trying to complete a line change here. Petter from his own corner. Kalinko, the one-touch pass to File. Dan Hudson at center. Lost it to one of the Blue Devils. Zach Lynham in on Carson. Carson hangs on. Now, Bias with only one other hat trick this season, for what it's worth. That was at Franklin Regional. A Mount Lebanon victory on December the 3rd. Liam Shin, for his part, 2 hat tricks on the season, including One in the season opener at North Allegheny, and one just not long ago at the Ice Castle against arch rival Upper St. Clair. Canella covers, under 6 to go in regulation. Some more extracurricular activity. No penalties this time. Central Catholic scoring late in period 3 to tie the senior night game at Thomas Jefferson, so that game is 2-2. And South Fayette would love to rally in this game and gain some ground on the Jaguars if they possibly can, but they've got their hands full at the moment. D'Alessandro to the point for Petter. Petter through a crowd wide of Canella's glove. Mock to Chiappetta, who's blasted by Lynham. Stashowski right side, forgot the puck. Turned over to Chiappetta. D'Alessandro unable to settle it down. Chiappetta regroups at center. Cross ice pass for Petter. D'Alessandro open. D'Alessandro fires toward goal off a body. Stashowski got in the way of that as we approach the final 5 minutes of this game. Mount Lebanon 4, South Fayette 2. Petter from above the circle. On goal, the save made by Canella. Stashowski reversing the play. Keller hitting the corner. D'Alessandro pokes it free, but right to one of the Blue Devils. That's Stashowski. And Mount Lebanon will take their chances with the own zone faceoff with 4:42 remaining. The coincidental minors are over. Stilley and Pollitt to their respective benches. Still nary a penny power play in this game. Might have to drive to Harrisburg, put some money in the tip jar. You think the boss would let me borrow the van if I had to? Forget I asked. Played at center by Petter. Griffin Krupp has it now for the Blue Devils around the boards. Shin lost it to Imler. Conradi waiting at the center circle with a clean dump in, no icing. Petter around the boards for Mock. Mock registered a point earlier in this game for South Fayette on the first Lions goal of the night by Ivan Kalinko. And Kalinko has it, speak of the devil, near side for the Lions. High and wide off the glass. The rebound fanned on by Petter. Kalinko with a hit in the corner on Eberhardt as the puck goes out of play into the home bench. Jeremy Church, the Mount Lebanon head coach, led this team to the 2021 Penguins Cup final as an interim head coach before the Blue Devils bowed to North Allegheny. Mount Lebanon, the #1 team in the classification coming into Monday night. Church, a product of the famous Culver Academy, big-time hockey prep school in Indiana. Blue Devils actually played in a showcase tournament at the Culver Academy during the holiday season. D'Alessandro cutting toward goal, makes his move, but Canella's got it. Again, Matt Schwartz putting all the big guns out there on the top line, on the same line, with time ticking away on the Lions. And in fact, Andrew Carson's going to come off noticeably early. 3:34 left in regulation. South Fayette skating 6-on-5, net empty to our left. And the Blue Devils win the faceoff and get the clear. Chiappetta taking his time, leaves it for Petter. Petter for Keller. Offerman That shot blocked. He was going for the goal too, but Chiappetta was in the right place. Stille from long range. That's held by Canella, and they'll hang on. Matt Popchock here for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV. The push for the 2025 Penguins Cup playoffs presented by Iron Bridge. Mount Lebanon hitting the road after tonight at Peters Township and at Seneca Valley before wrapping up the regular season at home against TJ. South Fayette hosting Seneca Valley and Pine Richland on consecutive Monday nights as that shot by Keller goes wide before wrapping up the season on the road at Bethel Park and at Upper St. Clair. Stolen by Krupp. Krupp from the corner. It's blocked by Petter and it hits the post. Shin shanks it. It's still loose in front. The Lions, in desperation, keep that puck from crossing the line. Shin, oh, bless his heart, he can't believe it. That close to the HT. Stille, right into the glove of Vince Canella. 2:27 left. It's still a 2-goal game, not for nothing. And the net to our left is still vacant with a face-off coming in Lebo territory. So Matt Schwartz, it looks like, is going to use his timeout with under 2.5 left. Xavier Bias with a go-ahead goal for Mount Lebanon in period 2. The only goal of period 2, and at the moment, the only goal of period 3 to give the Blue Devils insurance. Officially, that latter goal credited to Bias from Shin and Krupp. Four assists tonight for Griffin Krupp. 2 goals, a single helper for Liam Shin. Bias with 2 and 2. The big guns blazing for Jeremy Church. Seven players in that Mount Lebanon sophomore class, and they have really carried their weight and then some this season for the Blue Devils. Face-off to Canella's left. D'Alessandro against Stashowski. Stashowski plays it just beyond the blue line. Chiappetta for Petter. South Fayette skating 6 against 5, down by a deuce. Keller lost it to Krupp. Krupp for the open net, wide. Too many green shirts and sticks in the way. Chiappetta from his own corner, outletting for D'Alessandro, lost it to Krupp. Krupp turning around and firing. Pay the man, Shirley. Mount Lebanon 5, South Fayette 2 with under 2 minutes to play. Griffin Krupp with his 5th point of the game. And for Krupp, it's goal number 8 into the empty South Fayette net. And so the Blue Devils, barring something miraculous here, will have earned points in 9 straight games since that lone regulation loss back on the 25th of November in Harmarville. Very impressive run by Mount Lebanon to climb all the way to the top of the standings. Vidak in front to Rygaard. Rygaard forcing the nifty glove save by Canella. And he's been very sharp down the stretch for the Blue Devils. Maxim near side. Andrew Carson back in the cage as it comes around to the far corner. Dylan Mock. Up to Nagel. Eli Nagel with his first varsity point earlier tonight, his first varsity appearance for the Lions. Maxim over the line. 1 against 3, make it 1 against 5. Easy play there for Snyder defensively. Rygaard will ice it with 55 ticks to talk. Paulett tied up in the corner by Romanelli. Brody File behind his own net, near side for Hudson. Lineup. Off a body, off a stick, and out of play. Hudson from center for South Fayette. Lions playing for pride at this point. File unable to reach that pass. Paulett has it near side. Flips it into the corner. Shot from distance by Volek. Misses. 5 seconds left. Line him with one last attempt, and he scores! Paulett may have gotten a piece of it, but it's a little icing on the cake for the Blue Devils, who make it 6-2 with 1.4 seconds showing on the third period clock. Braddock's Paulett, the senior, leads the Selly line and gets credit for the tip-in for his 4th goal of the season. And that'll do it. That's it. That's all. 19 saves in the victory for Vince Cannella as he welcomes the hockey hugs. The Blue Devils still number 1 in the top flight. Final score, Mount Lebanon 6, South Fayette Lions 2. Mount Lebanon improving to 13-1-1-2. Good for 43 points. South Fayette slipping to 5-7-3-1, remaining on 22 points. They will try to snap a 3-game skid here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center next week against Seneca Valley. And we will have that game for you, by the way, on TenbandTV. In the meantime, we will see you this approaching Thursday right down the road at the Ice Castle for Bishop McCourt at Baldwin at 7 p.m., followed by Carrick against Bishop Canavan in the 9 p.m. nightcap. Thank you, Kennedy Kazarowski. Thank you, Finn Kazarowski. And thank you for watching and listening. Again, the Blue Devils defeat the Lions. Mount Lebanon 6, South Fayette 2. I'm Matt Popchock, and that's all she wrote from the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, where you've been watching PIHL Hockey Night Live for the push for the 2025 Penguins Cup playoffs on TenbandTV, presented by Iron Bridge. For our purposes tonight, Mount Lebanon, the designated home team. Bias up ahead to Shin. Shin with space on the right wing. Burial! And the senior getting the nod in goal tonight. 2-3 record in 5 appearances. Keller centering pass, and it dribbles in! Ivan Kalenko! For Stashowski. And a chance now for Kurta. Kurta backhands it on Carson. He makes the save in the first period. A period that has calmed down considerably after a very hectic start. Bias centering pass. Score! Goes down as he was trying to backhand it on Cannella. Blue Devils on the counter. Stashowski right down the middle. Fires on Carson, and Carson makes the save. Chiappetta behind his own cage, turned it over. Out in front, they were looking for Shin, but the pass was broken up. From distance, it's put off the glass by Tran. Vidak over the attacking line. Vidak to Rygaard. Rygaard just missing the net. Loose out in front, and poked in! Braden Rygaard. Corner. It goes to Romanelli defensively. Rygaard to Tran. Tran deflects it on goal. Oh, Carson somehow behind the net. And a hard hit there on Lynham. The South Fayette bench likes what they see as that save is made by Canella. D'Alessandro taken out of the play neatly by Shin. Lead pass to Bias. Xavier Bias to the goal. Score! Lynham blistered against the glass by File. Mayer forcing it off the mask of Carson. Ezio trying to keep in the rebound. He can't. Bias near side for Krupp. Krupp for Shin. Shin goes right to the goal. Bias! Burial! Lane and a couple of the Blue Devils pushing and shoving, and emotions running high as Stilly just went firing. Pay the man, Shirley. Mount Lebanon 5, South Fayette 2 with under 2 minutes to play. Shot from distance by Volek. Misses. 5 seconds left. Lynham with one last attempt, and he scores! The Blue Devils still number 1 in the top flight. Final score, Mount Lebanon 6, South Fayette Lions 2.